Welcome back to manmadesurvival. My name is Jose Prado, and I want to start this video by thanking everyone that has sent videos, everyone that has sent articles, everyone that has liked the video, that have subscribed, that have left comments. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. So I have two articles here, okay, and I want to get your feedback on this one because a lot of people may have different feelings about it, okay? Now, on the previous video, I stated that I'm not here to bash the CDC or anything like that, but quite the opposite. You know, they're doing their job. They're trying the best they can. They're the ones that are among the infected people, trying to heal as many people as possible, or at least come up with some type of vaccine or something that will help all these people, and and try to prevent it from spreading. So, with that being said, I want to get your feedback on this because things can turn very ugly very quickly. And this is very telling on how governments think, especially in China. Because, I mean, we know that they're a communist country, okay? And it's more what they say you do. And if you resist, you either go to the camps or you just possibly get killed. I'm not sure how it works, but, that's how we've always been taught throughout history on how communist countries work. But the point is, here's one of the headlines: China coronavirus. Hong Kong medical experts calls for draconian measures in cities as research states there are already 44,000 cases in Wuhan. This from the South China Morning Post. We have to be prepared. That's the part that this particular epidemic may be about to become a global epidemic. The teen model predicted the number of infections for 5 mainland megacities: Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzou, Shenzhen, and Chongqing. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm pretty sure I did. Would peak between late April and early May. At the height of the epidemic, as many as 150,000 new cases will be confirmed every day in Chongqing because of the large population coupled with the intense travel volume with Wuhan. Lu, who sits in the chief executive Carrie Lam Chang Yut Snore Advisory Committee on the coronavirus, called for drastic measures to curb the spread of the virus. And here's a quote from this guy. Substantial draconian measures, limited population mobility should be taken immediately, he said, calling for the cancellation for mass gatherings, along with school closures and work from home arrangements. He also said that Hong Kong government's moved to deny entry to all residents of Hubei, of which Wuhan is the provincial capital, along with those who have visited the province in the last 14 days, was a good start, revising his earlier position to closing the border. At a joint press conference with Lam and the other health officials on Saturday, Liu rejected the idea of border shutdown, saying, "For the past 20 years, whether it's avian flu, SARS, or swine flu, we have never closed the border." Okay, and that's what I want to get your feedback on. What would you say if that happened here in the United States? We already know there's 5 cases in Chicago, California, Washington State, and so on. Okay, and we already know there's 110 people that are under observation to see if they have the virus or not. But let's say they did, okay? And then the people that they were in contact with, they were sick too. And as this kind of blew up like it did in China. How would you feel if whoever it was, whatever official might be over this in the United States said, you know what, martial law, because that's pretty much what it sounds like, martial law. Limited population mobility, cancellation of mass gatherings, along with school closures and work from home arrangements. So you can't You'll be very limited to go anywhere, grocery stores. Canceling mass gatherings, that would be art churches or, sport events and stuff. Kids won't go to school anymore, and you will work from home. If that was possible, how would you feel about it if FEMA came in and they said, this has to happen? How would you react? I'm just curious on that aspect of this. Tell me what you think. Leave it on the comment section below, and we'll have a discussion there, as I have with so many other people already. But okay, so I think this next article, it's a really good indicator of how the population will react, and probably will react the same way here. Hong Kongers riot over plans to use public housing as coronavirus quarantine. This from Zero Hedge. As if Hong Kongers didn't have enough reason to riot already, dozens of mass demonstrators started fires and built barricades. Some demonstrators were motivated by the fact that the quarantine would be discontinuously close to their home. Hong Kong's government said that it had at least 3 quarantine facilities lined up, and added that it was preparing a 4th. Initially, the city denied that it was planning to use the site as quarantine, but reporters showed that some of the apartments had already been furnished, apparently by the government. Because of the riots, the government will cease the related preparation work in Feimin State. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. They try to use public housing as quarantine zones, and people just wouldn't have it. So I'm wondering, will we have the same kind of response here in the United States if FEMA came in and said, you know what, your area is highly contagious, but we don't know if you're sick or not, but we're just gonna go ahead and take you to a hospital and check you out. Okay, will you go willingly, or will you fight them, or not fight them off like fighting, but at least trying to say, hey, I'm not sick, I haven't even been outside yet, I have taken all the precautions that I'm supposed to? What were you doing in that situation, in that scenario? All right, I'm very intrigued. I'm wondering, I want to know what your thoughts are. Leave them on the comment section below. And again, I want to thank everyone that has liked the videos, left comments, subscribed. Thank you so much, and please continue to do the same. Please spread this work far and wide and let them know that we exist here in the Man Survival. And the purpose of this channel, I just want to go ahead and establish, is that I want people to learn how to prepare for stuff in real time, in real things that happen in the real world. Okay, so please share this. I want to see what people think, and let's have a conversation in the comment section. All right, we'll see you next time.